What's up? This is Causes. You're watching Toasted. Keep doing that and keep listening to our music. Take care. You know, still today, hip hop is really important to me. Like the new Kendrick Lamar record is life changing for me, like 100%. Like to Pimp a Butterfly.
I have something for you. We did an interview with EPMD 2 days ago,
wow.
and Eric said, talking about the state of hip hop, that I said, you know what, it's heartbreaking to say, but Pharrell Williams killed off hip hop for me with going pop in that way, and Happy finished it off. And well, there you go. What do you think?
Well, you want to go first on this? This is a big thing.
You look more like
serious.
like
No, man.
qualified.
It's a serious
We're all
thing.
entitled to say something. No, I mean, time.
I'll tell you this, Rob. I don't think that's true, man. Because like at the end of the day, if someone is an ambassador for rap music, like Pharrell used to be, and he steps over to the pop realm, that doesn't mean that he's killed that industry. That's still there.
You know what?
He's just
You know
one
what?
guy has
In an
moved.
era-
That's
in
all
a-
that.
in
That
an
all that
era
is.
where you sorry to interrupt, but in an era where J. Cole can do this with his record that he does, and the Kendrick, and still can't forget, which is maybe more, it's not hip hop, but it's definitely from black culture, is the D'Angelo record. If that can all happen, nothing is lost, in my opinion, you know. And I think actually Pharrell has a beautiful. I mean, that track means so much to me on the Kendrick record. He proves that, we're human beings, man. Like, I can rock out with a guitar around my neck, and, when a drum and bass comes on or a hip-hop tune comes on, I feel just as comfortable, and people should not be afraid, not to judge or anything, but never be afraid to explore boundaries in a musical way. I mean, how does any, can't hurt anybody.
Look, if we didn't move away from my singer-songwriter, one guy with an acoustic guitar, over to what we're doing now, like this wouldn't exist either,
Right.
And Pharrell did his thing with NERD, and he did that kind of hip-hop crossover. But that man, I don't know anything Pharrell's ever worked on that's not been pop. Like,
Right.
that guy's pop, man. You can't call that guy an hip-hop
And you
head.
cannot knock quality. There's two different discussions. There's taste, and there's very interesting but subjective, and there's quality. And I think, hey, you can't knock quality, man. I can listen to music that I do not particularly like.
Like Toxic.
Yeah, exactly. I won't spin it myself, but exactly. But when I'm in the car, I turn it up. I'm like, wow, how did they even do it?
Yeah.
And that's a cool trigger. And we try to look at music like that.
Another thing that I thought of when I was listening to your music, and Don't Shoot the Messenger, James Blunt.
All right, this interview's over. No, like
I love him on Twitter.
No, actually,
He's
exactly.
great.
Well, that's exactly my point. I mean, it's so easy to slag off James Blunt, but actually, if you listen to his music, I mean, he's a proper musician, and if you read his Twitter feeds, that guy is amazing, man.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
But you were referring to this yourself. You said like we need to stay on the edge of not going over the edge and being too tacky.
Look,
but
at the end of the day, if we decided to simplify our lyrics, play on acoustic instruments, we would be James Blunt. Yeah. But we're like maybe our lyrics are a little bit more cutting, and our instruments are a little bit more cutting, and our sounds are a little bit more edgy. But essentially, at the base of it, we write pop music. Deal with it.
Hey, of course, you guys write music very easy. You recorded the album. I bet you guys wrote enough music for a second one as well, right?
Yeah, this
songs,
guy's a
yeah.
clever guy, yeah.
Yeah,
No, we had a lot of spillover, so we got maybe 8 tracks that didn't make the record. And I know in the last few weeks, Jan, look, there's Jan. Put the camera over to Jan, he's coming over here, look. So Jan, who plays guitar, he writes a lot of the music with me, and thanks, buddy. He already told me that he's how it usually works with Jan is that and with us is that he starts the idea off. So he'll start with a bum bum bum, and I'll come in and I'll help him write it. And he said that he's already come up with at least 10 new, we call them sketches. Right. So like if you can imagine artists just outlining something in pencil, and then I can come in, put a little paint down, Rob comes in, puts a little bit more colour in, Simon, so that's how we start off. And he said he's already got some sketches. So I'm not going to listen to them until after this album cycle, because then they'll be old for me, and that's not a good place to be. But I listen to them fresh in a year maybe, and we'll write the new record.
I was looking at your Facebook page, and beautiful thing I saw was a picture of the Rembrandt Square in Amsterdam,
Right.
which said, I was busking there my ass off a couple of years, and look where we are, keep on dreaming. And that made me think: do you really believe in the fact that if you want something bad enough and you pursue it, you'll succeed?
I believe that the only two things you need to be successful is when luck meets preparation. And we were very, very, very prepared for many, many years of working our asses off, and we were lucky that we wrote a hit song, and that's all it comes down to. And make no qualms about it. Like, no person who is sat playing at this festival today has done anything except work their fucking asses off, and you cannot get anywhere without doing that. You can't.
Unless you also have to accept the bad times. I mean, it's not like fun all the time if you're on your own on the street and you have no money. And
some of the worst points in my career have been, with all due respect, playing at private functions, weddings and stuff, when I'm standing out singing "You're Beautiful," James Blunt songs, and because for me, I picked up the guitar to write music and to be my own musician. And that's I've played shows to 3 people, 5 people, weddings where no one's listening, people talking through, and everyone here has, man. Everyone here has.
And it's somebody told me, it's actually my publisher, hi Niels. But
Hey Susanna.
Hey, Susanna. No, but Niels Walbomers told me something, and it really triggered me. He's like, this is a business of people who stick around the longest, man. It's not necessarily a business of all talent. I can play bass, but somebody else might be even better. But
Doubt it.
but do they put in the work? Or do they give up? Where I would go, 5th gear, 6th gear. They would maybe be like, nah, man, forget about this. I'm not gonna make it. And I'm not saying that we've made it, because for me, it might look from the outside like, wow, Causes is at a stage now. No, man, we're so hungry for more. And after the show,
Do you know what? As well, for me, like, I'm ready for this to end tomorrow. Because you have to be aware that
Realistic,
we got a couple of cool tunes out there, but like, if this ends tomorrow, that's cool as well. Because like, nothing is sustainable forever, and culture, the way that it works is that things are very temporary, and maybe in a week or 2 weeks or 3 months or 2 years, our sound ain't cool anymore, and that's cool. That's fine by me, because like at the end of the day, like, you work to get somewhere, and you have to appreciate the fact that it's not going to last forever. But I'm just really enjoying taking this in and being at a festival that I've come to on several occasions as a punter, to be playing here and being sitting here having a beer with you. It's cool, man.
yeah.
That's awesome. I was looking at the small, like the historical museum thing that they did in the press area, where I had the pictures of Pinkpop starting back from '72. I mean, there were a lot of cool bands on there, but also bands you were like, oh fuck yeah, they were big in the '80s, like Cock Robin for something. They had a massive hit.
Right.
Nobody knows where they are now.
That's the business, you got to be ready for that. And I think the hard work comes in if you want to stay, because sometimes it's by choice. People do not like to tour or do not like to put out music as often as is required, and they choose different career paths. Like, for instance, somebody who probably played this festival, Linda Perry, but with the Four Non-Blondes. And people might think, oh, where Linda Perry, what happened to the band? But she's kicking ass as a songwriter for the last decade or 15 years now.
And she's done with touring, man.
Right.
Like, you can't do that shit forever.
And that's why we talked about it like not too long ago about, ourselves as songwriters, that eventually we will be cool with
That's the pension, right? There.
Right,
It's the
yeah,
pension.
still we enjoy it so much, and of course we want to like see the world with Causes, but we're also ready and humble enough to see like, this is a very quick business in a sense, and people's opinions and people's tastes can change, and we're ready for anything that happens actually.
The funny thing is that, and I haven't told a lot of people this, but we released Teach Me How to Dance With You in October the 17th, 2014.
Right.
And by the end of December or mid-December, like, still that tune was doing nothing. It had 2,000 plays on Spotify, and I put a lot of money into it, a lot of time, a lot of obviously years. I thought, fuck, man, I believe in this tune, and if people don't get it, that's cool. I was misjudged. I didn't get it right. And in December 2014, about literally a week before Edwin Avers started to end his breakfast show every day with Teach Me How to Dance With You, I was quitting the music industry. In December 2014, I'd already told a whole bunch of people. I told Jan, I told you, I said, I'm going to find a new job because I just didn't. I just thought I'm obviously so far off if this is what I think is a hit, and people don't agree. So I was just like, okay, that's cool. I understand that, and I accept it, and that's cool. But I thought I'm just off the mark, and I was quitting, man. I started looking for a job. I like to cook, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to try to get some chef work or something like. And then it started to get played, and then in January it was playlisted here, and then it was top song. It was Alarmschijf. It was playlisted on 100%, and it was
Must have been
everywhere,
euphoric when it went off.
Do you know what it was for me? Like for what it was for me, like I only noticed that it was successful because of everybody else's reactions. So like I would go into Wisseloord, the studio complex where we work, and people would be like, "Yeah," and I'd be like,
You're like, what's going on?
"Okay, yeah." Because like I'm not sitting around all day listening to the radio. I'm just doing my normal stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't. For me personally, I don't know about you, but I didn't feel it as a hit at all, and I still don't feel like, even though Walk on Water is last week top song and mega hit, you don't feel it as an artist, and I still don't feel it. Like we played a massive show now for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. I don't know, but I still don't really get it. I still don't really believe it. Like maybe I will one day. But you know, I saw an interview with Goo Goo Dolls the other day, who said, you know, they're a massive band, like been around forever, like hit after hit after hit after hit. And their interview said, like, when did you realise you'd made it? And they were like, we still don't think we've made it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's really I think that's a good feature. I think we should never lose that, because from that comes creativity. Like if you are too satisfied with where you're at, it's gonna be saturated. You know what I mean? It's not gonna. You need tension.
The goalposts keep moving.
Right,
you know.
right.
When you think you're in the end zone, actually you get there and you realise, oh fuck, we're not in there. Because we've just played Pinkpop, but now it's like. Where Glastonbury at?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Or you want to do it again and
exactly
and
a bigger stage or a better
you know?
time
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna conquer the world?
You gonna join us?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Then it's a deal.